to Norman, Oklahoma. They've extended their winter storm warning now all the way until Thursday morning. Is there an indication here that the ingredients producing this now major ice storm will be persisting at least now through Thursday morning?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have the cold air locked in place. That kind of sets everything up. But we've got three separate precipitation events that are going through. The one we had this morning, another this evening, and another one during the day and into the evening on Wednesday. And that's just going to prolong the impacts that we see. Let's go to the radar real quick. We're going to take a look at what is happening right now. And you can see the pink areas are the freezing rain and the sleet that is coming down now across the region. Fort Worth has kind of opened up here. They're out of that area, but Dallas is still getting hammered. There's lightning and thunder occurring with this, and that shows the depth of the convection that is going on across this area, just exacerbating the impacts that we're seeing. It's a classic setup here. We bring cold air all the way down from Canada, right down through all of those flat areas called our plains into the southern U.S. And then we override that with warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific. Snow falls at higher elevations in the atmosphere. It goes through that layer above freezing, and then it hits the ground where the temperature's below freezing again and causes that dangerous blaze of ice.
Tom, as you were talking here, and we're talking about the treacherous situation that these storms can produce, it's all complexities in the atmosphere. But the point of the freezing level right near the surface, this is really what's causing the issues with the ice. Sometimes it's hard for people to kind of grasp how that's happening. You're freezing at the surface, but rain is falling, and then you're covered in ice everywhere. That layering situation is what is very difficult to recover from. It's hard to treat. It can be overwhelming, not just for streets, but also the power lines. And we're learning, too, that this is the duration of these columns of air, where we've got cold air at the surface. This could take us all the way to midday Thursday, at least early Thursday.
Yeah, you're correct. Once you get that really dense, almost molasses-like cold air at the surface, it takes a lot to scour it out of the area. And so when we look at these icing forecasts, as much as a half an inch of ice, what I'm afraid of is we get into tonight in particular, you're going to begin to see these power outages crank up again. And that's my big concern. Again, take a look at that across a good portion of Texas here. And that is going through Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be the next big swath of precipitation that comes across Dallas, across these areas, and again causes additional problems with the temperature remaining below that freezing mark.
Tom, you showed us the vertical setup, the complexity that generates mixed precipitation. Usually it's a little bit more subtle. We just got that report in from the Weather Service office there at a Dallas-Fort Worth. They launched a weather balloon this morning. They're, of course, several degrees below freezing at the surface, but aloft, 1 mile up, they measured 50 degrees. How common is that to get a setup like this that features temperatures aloft that are so far above freezing?
Double what you're seeing at the surface.
Yeah, I haven't seen that too often. This is really extreme to see how warm that temperature is. That's that plume of warm, moist air that overrides the cold air. And again, it's this classic setup for freezing rain. And because we're getting convection, thunder going on in these storms, we're actually developing sleet as well. And that's just little frozen balls of ice. Sleet has a beat. That's how you tell that difference from freezing rain. All of this provides impacts. Excuse me. And in winter weather, the biggest impact is definitely the travel.
Certainly is. We thank you for your time. Fox Weather Winter Storm Specialist Tom Mizzle joining us. Great to get your insights as this storm continues to impact so many people across the Southeast. Thank you, Tom.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Bay. So make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.